A lot of people have been taking notes. This is where you definitely want to take some notes. First, we're going to pick some type of marketing. All of these marketings work. Some work better than others, but just pick something. Commit to 6 months of doing that. And then pick up the phone. Who's ever talked to a seller and they said, "You're the only person that called me back. I called 10 people." Realtors especially. I mean, unfortunately, realtors are worse than investors at that. Just pick up the phone. I've been to people's houses and they said, "I called 10 different signs and you're the only one that called me back." So that means 9 people spent the money and did all the hard work of putting them out and didn't do the easy work of picking up the phone. And I know it's scary at times picking up the phone. I don't enjoy being on the phone all the time. I do fortunately now pay someone else to kind of screen through the people just want something for rent. But pick up the phone. You can't buy anything without picking up the phone. And then track it. I mentioned with call rail, that's how one way we track it. It doesn't have to be something that intense, but track it in some way. So at the end of the 6 months, if you're doing 2 or 3 different forms of marketing, you can look at it like, all right, well, we're getting most of our leads here, but we're closing most over here. And then you can make your decision of what you want to continue doing. That's how I know that over half of our closed properties come from me networking, from me going to events. I did. This year is 100%.
Really?
No, sorry, the 100% that we've kept. Not, so we do a little bit of wholesaling, but 100% of the ones we've kept this year are from me networking. Pocket listings from realtors, wholesalers, but now I do a lot of networking, especially I used to do 5 to 8 meetings a week. I would go anywhere and everywhere.
And how many are you closing per week, per month?
I'm per year. I have a slower cadence.
What's your per year?
Yeah, like I think my big year was like 20-ish between keeping and wholesaling.
All right.
You know, I like to do less deals that make me more money, and my primary is always to keep it. So I'm always looking at keeping them. But you gotta track it in some way. It can just be KPI is the fancy word for it, an Excel spreadsheet. I have one that we update. It's not the best spreadsheet, but it just tells me how much am I making per lead, how much am I spending per lead, and just really where are they coming from. Because we also learn, I do love the signs, but the signs cause a lot of calls that are just time. Do you have something for sale and do you have something for rent? Are 75% of the calls that we're getting if we were to put signs out today. Those can be good. If I'm a flipper, those are great. And if I needed residents, tenants, those could be good too. But I don't like any one of those. But they still produce money. So it's costing me some time of answering the phone. But you just have to weigh it out. There's not a right or wrong. You can make a real decision with data versus just what you think. Because you're probably wrong if you're not tracking it. You're just going by your gut.